Welcome to the Instagram stories for Friday, December 16th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. A lot of Instagram news has been happening in the past 24 hours. One of them is sadly overdue, and I'm going to talk about that. But first, all the updates that I talked about on the last show that I recorded, which would have been Tuesday's show, the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, talked about all of them. And what's nice in the clip that I'm about to play is he breaks down more specifically which products are actually being rolled out versus which are only in tests. And that's important because if you're looking to use a feature right away, but you don't realize it's only in a test in certain countries, you're gonna be like, Daniel, why do you keep talking about it? You get the idea. Here is that clip.
Notes, nominations, candid stories, group profiles. We have a lot of exciting things for you this week. We've got 1 launch and 4 tests. But let's start with the launch. Notes, which is launching worldwide everywhere except for the UK, the EU, and Japan. Notes are essentially a status update. It's a way to start a conversation. Now you can post a note and share it with either followers you follow back or your close friends, and it'll show up at the top of their inbox, and they can tap right there, see your note, and start a thread with you about whatever that note might be about. I personally found them a really useful way to get recommendations. Now we also have 4 things that are new in testing. The first is nominations. So the Add Yours sticker has been around for a while. It's a way to start a trend, get other people to add to that trend. Now, nomination allows you to tag people with that sticker and nominate them to participate, because maybe you've got an idea of who could be really great for that sticker. The second is candid stories. Candid stories are a way to share what's happening right now. So you have to share one to see what everyone else is doing, and it's going to use both the front and the back camera at the same time, but as a story. And you can be able to place your selfie where you like, the timestamp where you like, and you can rearrange it and use editing tools like you could for any other story, but no filters. The third is group profiles. Now we've seen a lot of people share passwords on Instagram, which is not a great idea. But try to hack Instagram in order to actually create groups. So we tried to figure out, well, what would be the simplest, most Instagram way to support groups on Instagram? And so it came up with this very simple concept of a group profile, which is essentially a profile where you can have multiple people post to it. And when you share to your feed, you can decide, do you want to share to your profile feed or to any of the group profiles that you are a part of. We're testing right now in Canada, Taiwan, Chile, and a number of other countries. And then last but not least, collaborative collections. I've posted before about how I use collections heavily to organize all the things that I find on Instagram that I think are amazing. Collaborative collections are what they sound like. They're a way to actually share a collection with other people, and you can both contribute to that one collection. So these are all testing in a number of different countries around the world. So if you see them, let us know what you think down below. More to come. See ya.
They're exciting features.
You're on recording now. We're going to keep you on the recording. Hold on. This is what you guys look like.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. I'm probably not going to have time to do all of it. Otherwise, I'm not going to get to all the news. But first, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And we're back. I'm going to include a link to that video in case you haven't seen it because it's nice to see screenshots of some of the things that he's describing. I have had access to the notes feature now for a couple of days. The first day, I did exactly what I promised, which is that I wrote Dashboard confessional lyrics in there, and some of my friends sent me messages about how much they love Dashboard, and that's what they would do too. Day 2, it wiped my first lyric, which makes sense because there's only 24 hours and then the notes disappear. Okay, so then I put some Taylor Swift lyrics, and then other friends sent me messages about the Taylor Swift lyrics, and then I wrote back some Taylor Swift things that I'm obsessed with at the moment. So my point is, it sparks conversation. To Adam Mosseri's point, it does exactly its intended function. Use it however you feel is appropriate though, by all means. The other thing I want to call out is the group profiles. I absolutely love this concept, especially for an event. If you're going to make a group profile for an event that you're going to have, invite everyone who's going to be there to be a participant in the Instagram profile. And then they can all upload pictures and stories and everything else. And I think that's a great way to share, not only in anticipation of the event, but also then once the event happens, once it's over, people are making connections. Oh yeah, I was in that picture. Who took that picture? Whatever. and then it goes from there. So I absolutely love the idea of group profiles. Definitely look at the video so you can see it and what it looks like. The next big piece of news that I want to talk about comes by way of the @creators account. Again, one of the best accounts to follow on Instagram if you do not. Introducing Instagram.com/hacked. Okay, if you've ever been hacked or you know someone who has, it is a nightmare to get any support from Instagram. Why? Who knows? That's just how they like to do things. They say in this post that keeping your account safe is one of Instagram's priorities, and so they recommend having a strong password and using two-factor authentication. But account access issues can be difficult. To further support accounts that have been hacked, we've created Instagram.com/hacked. It's a new destination where users can go to report and resolve account access issues. The URL leads to a form with options routing users to a support channel based on the issue that they're having, which they can select themselves. Some of the options include if you forgot your password, if you lost two-factor authentication access, if you find that your account has been disabled, either self-disabled or a policy violation, or you think you've been hacked or impersonated. It will guide you through the steps needed to resolve the issues so that you can gain access back to your account. I will link to both Instagram.com/hacked as well as the creators post so you can check it out for yourself. If you've had an old account that you never got access to again and you still want to try, this might be a good chance to do it. But also remember it for the next time somebody hits you up and goes, oh no, I'm logged out. What am I going to do? Instagram.com/hacked. It's not the level that you could actually get a person on the phone, I think, which is really what Instagram needs in my opinion, but at least they're making an effort, so we have to respect it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks so much for listening. One thing I want to mention is it is my anniversary this weekend. I have a special anniversary reel full of pictures over the past 17 years that my wife and I have been married. So if you have a chance, go on my profile, drop a comment, say something like, love the show, happy anniversary. That would mean the world to me if you don't mind. Look for that post. I'm going to say midnight Eastern Standard Time, 12:01 Friday, December 16th. Okay, because my anniversary is the 16th. I'm posting the episode early. That's where I'm going with that. Okay, thanks for listening, and be sure to come back on Monday for more Instagram news.
I'm not yet a member of the Instagram team, but my podcast covers many Instagram themes. But the name, image, logos are trademarks of Instagram and the LCC in the USA and every territory. Everything I publish independently until Zuck returns my DMs and starts to pay my salary. Not sponsored or endorsed, no lies, no fallacies. I use their logo with permission, not malicious or callously. No trademark violation, filling all criteria. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Daniel Hill Media.